on Battlefield, as seen here, which is, I think, is a good stage for both, as they can just create a lot of spaces. A lot of people focus so much on the tribal aspect of it rather than the amount of space that you get on that stage.
Yeah.
It's a very wide stage.
On top of that, the blossoms are very large. At least the top one is. The top blossom is tied for the highest in the game with Kalos, contrary to popular belief. And so you get a lot of you have a lot of room to move around.
And going to back with what you're saying about Wolf's options to snuff out menu, Hope nearly getting that oof out right away, but being stopped by the laser, just catching it.
He has so many tools just to harass hero in neutral. And if you do that, you're having a good time. You're having a very good time.
Definitely. And I think Ryukai here is doing very well to just wait to see what Hope's options are going to be. Going for that nair down smash, not quite connecting. And just not killing with the bear that we were calling it the machine gun bear yesterday.
Exactly.
So strong. Such an easy option. And it's just there.
It's just so much pressure. You constantly have to play around it. But it's very scary because Hero, they want to occupy that airspace with the nair, the fair, the jump side beat, and specifically the jump menus. Because Wolf conditions you. Oh my goodness, the thwack! The taunt too. Oh my goodness, I'm at a loss for words.
The thwack level, the thwack 2-frame coming through there.
It's so broken. The hitbox is massive. So honestly, if you're off stage, all they have to do is react to you going and just time it, and you're dead. You can be dead. I'll say you can be dead. You might not always die.
Taking that back, Hope is now very, very low on mana, and it could be proving a bit of an issue. Both players looking very even here. Ryukai taking a lead with 100% onto Hope. Not quite.
The Hocus Pocus mini mushroom. Your ledge options, I think they become smaller too. Like, look at that.
Oh my god!
Yeah. He's avoiding him! He's living by a hair, but oh my goodness.
Just as you were saying, it's gonna be crazy. The RNG of this character is just something that you'll never be able to anticipate what's coming next.
Exactly. He just keeps you on your toes. One of the best characters to spectate, and honestly one of my favorites to spectate as a whole. I'm very glad I get to commentate his sets.
Definitely. Now, we're seeing here that Hope is sitting with 130%, but still not, well, Ryukai is struggling to get that kill out.
Exactly. He's committing to these options. He's very, oh my goodness, the magic burst probably won't take it. Very tiny, as you can see, but still going to rack up the damage. And Hope just about narrowly missing it, getting caught out by that upbeat. But finding the opening, my goodness. Hocus Pocus is not going to bless Hope though. His RNG is not looking too good this game.
What we saw there was interesting as well. The way he took that kill, Ryukai held up when recovering to get that aggressive upbeat to stage and instantly being punished for doing it again by Hope being spiked for it. And now both these players are going back and forth so evenly. It's actually very impressive to see after showing such a strong showing from Ryukai at the very start, and Hope just keeps clawing back and just making sure that Ryukai isn't actually able to keep this lead for long.
Exactly. As soon as Ryukai gets the lead, gets momentum, Hope manages to find his way back to neutral, get that space to breathe, and then suddenly you're dealing with Hero's menu, man! Oh my goodness!
Very, very, very good snooze there. You can see, I nearly thought we got an accidental kamikaze.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, if I was playing, I definitely would have picked the kamikaze.
Even on last stock.
Because last stock, I would have lost. I'm just saying, I would have lost.
Definitely. But
I definitely would have lost last stock there.
Up air just quite on target. What are you saying about that very large top blast? So dash attack not quite getting it. Hope sitting on 150%. And we're seeing here is the risk, but dash attack will close out in game one. Goes to Ryukai.
Very good. It was very good showing from both players. It was the constant back and forth game one. Hope managed to get the space to get menu, but then as soon as that happens, as soon as he'd find his openings, but as soon as his advantage state stopped, Ryukai would just return to neutral. And when you're back in neutral against Ryukai, he's smothering you. He's constantly making sure no menu for you, no side B, no forward air, no nair. Because laser's a very powerful tool, as many know, but it conditions Hero to jump. You want to be in the air so that you can get menu. But then Wolf himself is insane in the air. So he just covers the
fair.
Yeah, the fair, then very active nair as well. That back air and higher percents. It becomes really tough. It becomes really difficult.
It does become very, very hard. And what we saw there was both, well, we did see, thanks to Flack, that was able to be an even game. Will we see this game that Ryukai is able to get that gap and actually create a gap between himself and Hope? Or will Hope be able to kind of have a bit more of an understanding of Ryukai's game plan and being able to try and take it just a bit further and make sure that he does not run away with these games.
Exactly. He was doing a good job of playing patient in like late scenarios, last hit scenarios. Then Ryukai just kind of adapted around it. He'd start, instead of going for tempo 1 options, like react to this with up smash, he would instead, towards the end of the game, start baiting things, use movement to pull out the tempo 1 expectations and abuse tempo 2.
Definitely, and now we're seeing that coming through. Pressure coming through from Ryukai, reflecting these small fireballs that are being punished by the side B. Ryukai is just trying to move and keep open the corner here, but just again, you'll see this a lot where a player is just fishing for these aerials in the corner and the other one just runs through.
Yeah. Because Hope understands now that Ryukai is trying to occupy the airspace that he's conditioned off of later. So as a result, Hope is just happy to stay on the ground. As long as he's on the flight straight from Ryan Air, straight to the top Lawson, mind you, then Hope is happy to stay on the ground.
And an instant answer from Ryukai there for the kaboom. And now both these players are keeping this so even. And I think that's what we're seeing is the top EU talent coming through today. It's so even. If anyone could be taking this another snooze cap.
We're not quite going to get a crit, but 50% is no joke, mind you. 50% is no joke at all.
What I really like here is whenever we see bounce coming out from Hope, Ryukai is just playing so much safer, playing so much more grounded, but saying that it's not working out for Hope. Oh my, getting so much down air. I thought we were going to maybe see something leading off of that, but we're seeing Hope is just taking it back, taking some time to get the projectiles out with around, and Ryukai is kind of struggling to get percent out here.
Absolutely. Hope being a little bit more patient and neutral, most specifically, oh my goodness. He's taking his time to weave around Wolf threat range, right? Wolf pressure range. He's only using menu in positions where he's unlikely to get hit by laser, and then he can't get back in. That forward throw almost taking it. God damn, but the sizzle will.
Caught by the top deck sizzle. Very, how do you even react to that as if you're Ryukai? It's very hard, just getting caught there. And now, a good bit of a lead for Hope, a whole start, and he wants to see how far he can take this. Ryukai's been kind of struggling to get these classic move skills, the down smashes at ledge, having to rely on that back end to get a lot of these stops.
But still, Hope, while having this lead, Hope is finding these individual pokes, these individual holes in Ryukai's advantage state, and he's just exploiting them. And as a result, the lead is growing. He's running away with it. He's at 75% against Hero with Rage.
And it becomes very, very scary. Getting the zoom in that menu at very low mana, but up air will kill. You can't live at that percentage, even with the height of Battlefield, just not work out. Yeah. And now we're seeing Hope is playing a lot more further away, not relying on that mid-charge side B, because you can see a lot up tilt.
Almost getting an insane conversion off of that up B charge 1, but not quite going to kill. Because once again, Battlefield's blast zones are no joke. The highest in the game, man. Highest in the game. It's insane.
Now that Flame Slash coming through, nearly catching. And now Ryukai is getting this opening that he needs, trying to take that percent, get Ryukai into the corner. Ryukai isn't.
Ryukai is cornering him. Honestly, once again, he's choking out Hope. He's constantly oppressing him. He's making sure that he has no space to move around. And as you can see here, Hope is feeling the pressure. But immediately answering back with pressure.
I know that a lot. It's very hard to keep that composure against Hero, I think, especially after you see things like that top deck sizzle. Yeah. It's very, very hard to take a second, take a minute to breathe and go, right, how do I get in? What am I doing? Why is this working? And why are these things happening?
The real struggle with Hero is that a lot of the time when Hero players look like they're top decking, because they play the character so much, they're actually reading the menu that fast. I believe Sizzle was the second option on that menu. I might be wrong. Oh. So as a result, when you play against Hero players, they are going to be reading the menu significantly faster than you are. So sometimes you are going to have to play anticipatory. You're going to have to be like, okay, if I'm jumping into Hero and he's pressing down B, I have to be ready for the chance that this is going to be something that can kill me. This could be a snooze. This could be a flame slash. So as a result, Ryukai is going to have to take a little bit more time when it comes to committing Hero start range. As soon as he sees Hope pressing down B, you're going to have to move around a little bit more. But I rate the Fox pick here. You wonder, Ryukai's getting a lot of harassing Hope, not giving him space, and that's exactly what Fox excels at.
Definitely a much more explosive character, you say, the speed that, even though he doesn't have the same airspeed and aerial drift that Wolf has, just the pressure it has. Bounce reflecting that down throw laser.
Yeah, because a lot of characters have projectile throws, and even if you have a projectile throw, Bounce will activate on it, and you will take damage. Fox at 22% for that. But still, as you can see here, Ryukai's having a lot easier of a time just making sure that Hope never plays the game. And if Hero can't play the game, then you're playing a one-player game.
It's very admirable to see here is that it's just complete changing the pressure that he's doing. Dancing around the shield of Hope here and just kind of just moving around, using that speed that Fox has, that pressure, that fastball, everything he needs. And he's just getting so much.
Another huge thing with Fox is as well, oh my goodness, catching his jump in as well. Because of the nature of his speed, his ground speed's being so much better, it means he can catch the commitments like side B1 by just staying slightly outside of that threat range, whereas Wolf would have to jump in and have to deal with Hero's relatively scary anti-airs, like up tilt at kill percent, you know, these F tilts, these forward edge,
so much. Catching that kaboom across it, and we can hear the Hero fans calling out the spells.
Indeed. We've got quite a ton of Hero fans in that. Quite a ton of Hero fans here too. Insane to see.
That snooze and ledge is so scary because does it catch below stage?
It might depend on your ledge hang, honestly. I can see it happening, but it depends on your ledge hang. Still though, Hope managing to find that opening. Because while Fox is really, really good at restricting your space, Fox can somewhat struggle when his space is restricted. The sword characters, when they keep him in the mid-range, when they wall him out, he has a hard time because he doesn't have the space to abuse his speed in those situations. And that's exactly what Hope's able to capitalize on in these instances. You can see he's having to retreat to get these maximum space forward airs. And it just creates a really a balanced game of stage control to harassing, keeping the mid-range.
Definitely, and it's very good to see these characters constantly swapping up constantly swapping who's in control of the stage here, and hoping very well to just kind of keep this pressure back when they're trapped in the corner, getting their menu up, getting it out, and just finding the correct answer for it. It's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle playing.
Exactly.
You have so much, and you have so many options you can do. Trying to catch the upper, just gets the tank, misses the jab lock, and it's very scary situation. You've got these built from all three Fox.
So you're going to have to be careful with Fox. He's going to be he has relatively, oh my goodness, the back air once again. I feel like in the corner, Hope is kind of getting exploited, specifically with the jump ins, because he wants to go to the corner to get that space to do menu. As soon as he's in the corner, he commits, and Ryukai capitalizes on it. He eats it for breakfast. He says delicious.
He gets so much opportunities. And what we're seeing here is all these corner platforms. He's going to be escaping to a lot, trying to get out of the corner using them. And Ryukai is fishing, sharking, getting so much off these up airs on shield and creating so much pressure, completely destroying Hope's shield and making it so hard for Hope to kind of get out of this corner, as you're saying.
Because it's so tough. When Hero doesn't have room to breathe, it's very tough. His frame data is not the best. It's not terrible, but it's not great. But still, as soon as he gets that room to breathe, he's fine. He is very explosive. But without it, he struggles very hard.
Shielding that down there. We're now in a very stable position for Hope where a lot of Fox's kill confirms are online.
Exactly, that nair up smash, that dare up smash, the tech chases, and of course back air being an option too. That up smash is going to take it.
That fireball and we'll take that game. So now we are on match point for Ryukai here. The swap working out quite well for him. I think he's showing a bit more of a dominant play here.
Exactly.
I think there was a lot more pressure on Hope during that. There was a lot more, like you're saying, the corner pressure. It was a lot of just keeping them in the corner and not letting them have a chance.
100%. Because, like I said before this set started, the number one thing Hero struggles with is being pressured. If he gets pressured, overwhelmed, you don't have the time to put the Infinity Stones in the gauntlets and just, destroy the entire universe. And on top of that, he has a hard time kind of getting opponents off of him. His nair, I think his fastest option might be nair, frame 8, but kind of like okay speed, and like up B out shield being frame 7. So with Wolf, Ryukai was able to pressure him in the air, but then Hope was having a fine time just kind of like getting the space and staying grounded, which kind of Wolf doesn't have the best time covering. Fox, on the other hand, fast on the ground, can teleport all around you and has a much better time pressuring Hero. So it's allowed him to exploit the things that was working in Game 1 and at the start of Game 2. It allows it to take the best aspects of his gameplay in this matchup and just basically inject them with steroids.
Definitely, and now both these players will be going into our game 4. I wasn't able to see what's in spring. I think we are going back. And now Hope swapping to the Dark Pit.
Yeah, I didn't know he had a Dark Pit. I'm gonna be honest. I've heard about his Diddy Kong, but I didn't know he has a Dark Pit. But I guess I feel like this matchup, it's interesting. I know that Pit up close game is actually pretty good. I feel like his frame rate is pretty good. I'm not super knowledgeable about his frame rate, so I can't lie. But I know that whenever I play against Pit, I never want to be in the close range because he just gets so much. His combo game is insane, his edge guarding is insane, and that's one of Fox's main weaknesses, getting back to ledge.
I think there's already a strong showing start from Hope here. A lot of these, we're also going to be seeing these later arrows, the combo and getting Fox off stage, just being able to carry it across the stage.
Exactly.
It's very strong down tilt, that landing fair. Don't kind of be staying out of Fox's effective range now, using that disjoint.
Exactly.
And it's a much faster disjoint. You're saying one of the weaknesses of Hero was that lack of frame rate. Back air just not quite killing. I mean, we're gonna
This should be it. Oh, unfortunately getting gate kept by the ledge. But it's like I said, Fox really good when he has space because he can just move around. He teleports you around you and he gets to use one of his best aspects, his speed. But he struggles when he himself gets harassed because when he doesn't have that space, when he gets choked out, his speed doesn't matter anymore. You just become a character without much range.
With that though, Hope has gotten a very good start here, but Ryukai is looking to get that opening, looking to try and get that chance. But gets caught overextending with that dash attack and will be instantly punished with the up smash. I think that's one thing we've not really been looking at right now is both these players are getting, it's kind of, it is a slugfest.
Yeah.
There's just you getting thrown out, and there's not much of a chance where they're taking the chance to sit back, slow the game down.
Exactly.
It's very, very fast-paced gameplay with that Fox, with that Wolf, a lot of these fast characters.
Because you have to harass. One of the win conditions against Fox for many characters is restrict his stage control. Harass him at a range that's best for you, and then you don't have to play his game. But Pit, he gets to play the up close game a lot, and that means that Fox kind of has to hold that at times. Fox's frame data being very, very good, of course, means that he himself is going to be fighting up close as we see here. So as a result, it results in exactly, as you said, a slugfest, a battle of the fists.
Getting punished for that very, very risky side beat off ledge. It's very, very safe when it hits on shield because of the way it moves you away from shield. But Ryukai doing very well to stay aware and punish it. And just sitting waiting. I hope he's just camping on this top platform. He's taking a lot of time to try and get some breath. Not quite dying to up smash at Battlefield again, having an incredibly high ceiling. Down smash not quite coming through after that nair.
It was a very nice attempt though. Drag down nair. I see it from the front version, but I rarely see the behind one. I getting to see a lot of new Pit things today.
Definitely, I think we're really seeing a lot. We don't really have many like this level of Pit.
Yeah. I think the best we have in Europe is Lucky, I believe. But in general, I think the only Pits we have in the UK are Beth behind me. I hear her cheering on. And Klaus whenever he enters as well. We don't really have Pits of caliber of Lucky.
Definitely. But that Nair will be taking that stock, and Ryukai is going to be needing to take the stock very soon if he wants to have a chance to win. Punishing that dash attack with a grab there, I'm sure we were going to see the stock. And now...
But, as we say, Ryukai is like, don't worry, the up smash is right here, waiting for you.
It's coming.
Oh, can we get a double down end? Not quite, but still... Ryukai feeling pressured, having to take that high recovery to get around it. It's working out, but it's allowing him to get back into neutral.
One thing I was saying about with the extension players, Ryukai has started not overextending a lot. He started kind of waiting patiently to see these options.
Oh my goodness.
Carrying Hope off the top.
That was an amazing showing. Literally, what percent was he at? Pre-hit 30? He was like, he started that combo at 30, I believe.
And it just carried him right off the top.
And Mario, and looking at Mario out here.
That was crazy.
Jesus.
That was one of... After what we could have seen maybe with Hope bringing it with that Pit, Ryukai shows that he is here and he's here to compete. He wants that top. He
wants that top
badly.
Still though, it was a really good showing from Hope and it was a really fun set. It was just constant counter picks. I do believe that the Pit was the right move. I do think that Hero can very much struggle in that matchup and Pit definitely has a lot of easier time. But in the end, he kind of Ryukai managed to find those openings with Dark Pit. He managed to just kind of like do what Fox does. Weave just slightly outside of his range and punish him. And in situations, Hope found a bit of difficulty applying the pressure that Pit is known for.
Definitely. One